Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's spiritual practice is the Prayer of Examen. So the Prayer of Examen comes from Ignatius of Loyola, and it invites us to inwardly reflect on where we have seen God at work among us each day. It invites us to see how God is moving. And during the time of Examen, we look at the moments where we have felt close to God and where we have felt disconnected from God in that day. In both of these spaces, we are invited to listen to what God has to say about who we are and God's will for us. So today I want to invite us to take a moment to practice this spiritual practice. So to begin, I want to invite you to find a comfortable position, whether it's standing, kneeling, sitting. And as you do, I want to invite you to settle in with a few deep breaths. I often find breathing in for 3 and out for 4 helps me to find a rhythm. Now, as you begin to take those deep breaths, in your mind, I invite you to review your day, paying attention to what has given you joy, peace, hope, and the things that have brought sadness or confusion. Think about the times that you have seen God at work today. Now, as you do, I want to invite you to answer the following questions. Where have you seen God at work today? As those moments come to mind, praise God for each of those moments. What has given you the most joy today? As those moments come to mind, praise God for them. Where have you felt most connected today? As those moments come to mind, praise God. Now turn your attention to where have you felt disconnected from God today? Take note of those moments. Don't assign shame or guilt to them. Simply acknowledge those moments. Offer those to God. Did you feel sadness today? If so, share that raw emotion with God. And as you do, I invite you to sit in the silence and to listen for God's voice to remind you of who you are. Remember that God's voice is always a voice that brings comfort, never condemning. It's a voice that says you are loved and valued and seen. And as you listen for God's voice, take time once again to take a few more deep breaths and close your time and examine by thanking God once again for where you have seen God at work today. As I said, the examen is a chance for us to take that inward reflection each day, because God rides upon the praises of God's people, and we are God's people. So how can we be praising God today?